Hello and welcome back to this edition of Minstrels on the Block with Blue Harvest. Willie, you've changed. Now we got Dan Kirkley. Dan?
Good to meet you.
Good to have you on the show.
Thank you.
Tell me a little bit about yourself real quick.
I grew up in Pensacola, Florida, the son of a retired Navy guy. So I grew up on the beach playing baseball. And at some point joined the Army, and I've been moving around doing that for about 20 years. And so this is my second time in the Columbus area. Mm-hmm. So I was fortunate enough to meet these fellas, and they've let me stick around for a little while.
Cool. Yeah. Now, were your parents musical at all?
They love music. My dad loves to sing, and he sings like I do, which is horrible. That's why I don't sing. But they definitely passed along that's how I got into music, was listening to their record collection.
Nice.
The 50s rock and roll and the old country. And I, for whatever reason, would just listen to that over and over again on one of those fold-out record players like they used to have. And that's been my favorite music ever since.
Elvis or the Beatles?
No doubt about it, Elvis. I'm sorry, I don't know. I didn't know I had a traitor in the...
Apparently we have to learn Elvis songs.
Yeah. By the way, Willie says Elvis built the foundation. So, this is the part of the show where we usually pimp stuff. The promotional part of the show. This is the good part. So, let's get all in a nice little package here. Where they can find you, what you've got going on, things recap of some things we already talked about, but everything that you want all those people out there,
great.
All five of them, to know about.
We are available for bookings. We're on a SEBA, Southeast Bluegrass Association website. That's where we have all our credentials and contact information. Just go to SEBA.com and look up Blue Harvest under the band site. So,
nice.
And everything you need to find us is right there. Also, the Music in Columbus website. We have some sample songs out there that you can listen to.
Very cool.
And for Hot Bottom, hotbottom.com. Simple as that. And I understand we're on Facebook, but don't get TV or computer service at the house, and I don't do Facebook, so unfortunately. But hopefully it's a nice place to visit, but I've never been there. Have to go there sometime.
Well, go to Hog Bottom and get some of the awesome Boston Bud and boiled peanuts.
Absolutely.
See, I work on the weekends, my day job, but so it's hard for me to get out of these things. But that was definitely tempting, the barbecue and the music.
Oh, it's the best.
So there's a couple questions I ask. Now, I usually ask, what do you guys think of the local music scene?
Well, when I was here 15 years ago, I thought it was really sound. I just moved from Nashville. I spent 3 or 4 years in Nashville, and they obviously have a pretty robust music scene there. But I'm surprised at the talent here. Having been with these fellas for a while and met some of the local artists, I am just surprised at the quality of musician that we have in the Columbus area. Willie's son, I can't believe him. He's a monster.
Oh, wow.
He plays in several bands here, but I'm just impressed.
What's his son's name?
Heath Williamson.
Oh, Heath Williamson. Yeah, he's a guest on my show.
Oh, okay.
Now, what do you think of the local music scene?
It's amazing the talent we have here, and with the Columbus State moving into downtown and the venues that we have there, it's just drawn more and more and more, and it's just amazing. I mean, you go back 20 years ago, you had D. Ford's and what was the Western place, Dallas. I mean, that was about it. And it's just such a variety out there today, and some really, really great talent.
And you see a lot of bands. You see a lot of musicians.
Oh yeah.
What would you like to see happen with the local music scene? Where would you like to see it go?
I'd like to see it grow. Dan mentioned the Nashville scene. I was there with my son's ice hockey tournament a few weeks back, and I mean, in Nashville you think country music, but it's not just country music. Anything you can imagine you can find there, and Columbus is growing along that direction. It just needs to continue to grow on that path.
We've got some things going on that is aiming in the right direction, I believe. Now, for the people sitting out there in the audience who may want to play music, not necessarily music, poetry, art, whatever, aspiring artists, what advice would you give to aspiring artists watching this show?
Stick to it. I watch my son, he's 11 and trying to learn guitar, and he gets frustrated, and I watch him, and I remember back when I was his age and trying to learn guitar, and it does get frustrating. the other piece of that, though, in addition to just sticking to it, is you got to share it. Mm-hmm. You have to get out with other people. For playing with these guys once a week, it'd get boring. And just sitting around the house playing by yourself. So. And you can't play bluegrass by yourself. So you need to share what you do. If you're inspiring, you're young, you need to get out, share it, get some feedback. And that's the way you grow.
Lots of open mics around. I run one at Fountain City Coffee Shop. Come out and play. What would you say?
Like a lot of the fellas have said, they took a break in music. I took a break in music just because of work and family. And coming back into it, it really is a great and important part of your person to express something artistically, like whether it's music or art or anything. And what seems hard at first, with just through practice and effort, it gets better. And it's just very personal, a sense of fulfillment that you get, and it's really worth the time. I would encourage anyone to, if they don't have some kind of artistic outlet in their life, it's really worth pursuing one.
And definitely, these guys, Dave here, he, at some point started playing music, and now he runs Hog Bottom. I mean, so it's just unlimited what you can do with it. So, Dave, I appreciate you coming on the show.
Thank you so much for having us, and
absolutely,
all your audience comes to Hog Bottom this weekend.
Come to Hog Bottom. It's a great time. I've never been there, but I've heard from everybody I know how awesome it is. Make sure you come out and check it out. I'm Brian Mallard for Minstrels on the Block on CTV EA. See you next time. Have a great week.